Alright, YouTubers, this is Liking the Covers, back with another video. This video is going to be a in the book video, and I'm going to look inside issue 191 of Fantastic Four from February 1978. Cover artist was two artists, George Perez and Joe Sunnett did the cover. And we're going to look into the inside. A senses-shattering shocker. Say that fast 3 times. You never thought you'd see. Four no more. Goodbye. In all the languages of man, there is perhaps no word more sorrowful or more bittersweet. Goodbye. 2 simple syllables which, when spoken together by 4 old and loving friends, will spell the end of an era. And Ben goes in to see how Johnny's doing. Johnny's packing. And Ben and Johnny have a good heart-to-heart about what their plans is. Ben's planning to stay with Alicia, and Johnny was planning to spend more time with Frankie Ray. So it cuts away to Reed being with a group of S.H.I.E.L.D. agents, and he's wanting to put away his equipment to able to, get the top floors ready for renting for the Baxter building. So when they leave, there can be somebody else upstairs. So Ben's coming back. He runs into Agatha Harkness and Franklin, and he and Franklin share an exchange of that they're, he's saying, "You're going to go on vacation. Are you coming with us?" And he said he would like to with all of his heart, but maybe it's time that, that he and his folks spend a little time together. And then while they're taking the equipment and putting it in crates, here comes Ben with Mr. Collins, their landlord, and they have a heated exchange, Reed and Mr. Collins, and Collins storms off. And it cuts away to Sue Richards and the mail carrier, Willie Lumpkin, and he's telling Sue that he's semi-retired, but he just wanted to deliver one last telegram to the Fantastic Four one more time. And they have an exchange of, their goodbyes. And then they cut away to Johnny and Ben. Just having an exchange of, after all once we're dressed, there ain't nothing more to hold us here. And he says, "Yeah, Ben, I know. Hey, I'm sorry, sport. I didn't realize how that had gotten to you. I'm sorry, Ben. It's just that, go on, Johnny boy, let it out. Let it all out." And then they're still doing the equipment. Sue comes up to Reed. They discuss the telegram. She got offering a leading role in a Hollywood movie. And, he's encouraging her to go for it. And then Ben's getting ready to leave. He comes up to Reed, and that's powerful there for their friendship. Ben and Reed shake hands. And then at the front door, when they come downstairs, they run into the reporters. And this one gets right in front of the thing, and he says, he says, would you care to comment on the rumor that the Fantastic Four are breaking up because you demanded to be leader? And Ben's like, what? And then she says, Joker, that does it. And he puts the guy up on side of the building. Then they cut away to a couple of panels of Thundera. And they go back to where Ben, Johnny, and Sue are saying their goodbyes. And then upstairs, Reed is still there, and they're wanting him to leave, but Reed sticks around, and he discovers that they are not SHIELD agents, so he goes to fight them, realizes that they're not from SHIELD, or they would have probably beaten him by now, he says. And then he runs away from him, gets the flare gun, goes to the window, shoots the flare off, and when he does, he gets zapped in the back of the head. And it's one of their villains, the Plunderer, who is the one behind this. But with the flare up in the sky, it calls back Ben, calls back him to crash through the cab and to head back to the Baxter building. Johnny sees it, he goes back, and Sue sees it, and they head back to the Baxter building. And when they get there, Ben's like, okay, you jokers, party time is over, the Fantastic Four are back. And Johnny says, and we're back with a vengeance. So basically the Plunderer take on them three and initially defeat them. But while they are defeated just for momentarily, Johnny has just enough flame to get Reed loose of the ropes, and Reed gets past a guy, knocks him, literally knocks him out, and goes over to a council, and he turns off all of his equipment. So there's no way for any of the equipment to work. And he says, and for that matter, Plunder, so are you. He's just telling them that they're defeated and just basically knocks them out. So here comes Johnny and here comes Ben, and Ben using it's clobbering time. And it's like knocks them all down like they're bowling pins. And Sue takes them out with her force field. So it says, we did it, Reed. Plunder and his pals are finished. I knew you never really let the FF split up, Stretcho. I'm sorry, Ben, but this doesn't change a thing. I'm not Stretcho any longer, old friend, and the Fantastic Four are still disbanding. So they go downstairs, they run into Mr. Collins. Mr. Collins gives them a attitude. Ben's like, I just imagine he's thinking, Collins, I oughta, why not? And he flips him up, puts him into the potted plant. So they go there, and this is how the initial last panels go. They're saying, Lord, there'll be so many memories, Reed, precious memories, painful ones. I can't believe it's all over. But you have to believe, Sue, if we're going to have any sort of future. Hey, look at what somebody had the good taste to throw away. You want I should rip it into tiny little pieces? No, Ben. Even if I wanted to, you can't. Besides, it no longer concerns us. We don't live here anymore, old friend. Remember, it's time we started getting used to it. And then the last part there is now renting the top 5 floors of the Baxter building, formerly owned by the Fantastic Four. And then it's like, for a moment, they stand and study the neatly lettered sign. Then, sorrowfully, they turn and walk away. You best note the date, for legend died here this day, and the world may never see its like again. So that's issue 191, February 1978. Impressive story. This is my second time doing an in the book. I'm planning on just going ahead and doing this, just making a bi-weekly series. So the next one I have is issue 192, and I will do that in about 2 weeks. So again, with this one, thumbs up or thumbs down, comment if you want, subscribe if you like, and give me any kind of feedback or anything, what could be a little bit different or what else I can, emphasize or look at when I'm inside the book. So again, thank you to all my subscribers. Thank you for all the comments for the first video of this particular series. So I hope everyone enjoys this. This is Liking the Covers. Out once again.